Hello and welcome back to Liminal Branch Library, the archive in the seams. I'm your Archivist and Librarian, Mordio Crow, and tonight we're playing more of Where Chaos Reigns with our cast of 5 players. As always, we have Katie playing Vern.
Hello.
And Nova playing Chalice.
Hello.
And Amasha playing Chantrell.
Hi.
And Hambone playing Merlin.
Hello.
And Lena playing Shion.
Hi.
And
Very low-key intro.
is it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I guess so.
It's a low-key kind of night.
Because we've been just succeeding so much, there's really no reason to put any more effort into it.
Who would be
It's all going to be
worried?
smooth sailing from now on.
Look, y'all had some rough first couple sorties, so I think you're about due for one where you roll well.
Listen, I still got hit in the head hard.
That's true. That's true.
Something people say about pride.
That's also true. And speaking of pride, I think some of the people involved in where we left off have quite a bit of it themselves. Let's see, where did we leave off? Well, last time, on Where Chaos Reigns, the retinue intervened in the union between House Zakaria of the former Eminencia Dorada and House Iapyx of New Stathros. The intervention was a diplomatic one, but it was aimed not at the decision makers of each house, not Diatreta of House Zakaria, Chalice's aunt, or Zoanthus Iapyx III, head of House Iapyx, but the to-be-betrothed, by bringing in Chalice's 2 cousins, the potential candidates on Zakaria's side after Chalice ran away, and Cerata, the sister to the head of House Iapyx. They gathered everyone who was at one point involved in this marriage or potentially could be, and came to the agreement that none of them wished to be pawns of their houses in this respect. And so, Cerata went to speak to her brother, while the retinue pursued Diatreta, who had been called away by the prince that very night, along with her youngest child, Cookie, and her father, Gaffer, with the latter 2 likely to serve as royal hostages, given the Zakaria family's failures thus far to secure this alliance that they had promised with the occupation. After a quick skirmish, the retinue incapacitated the Iapyx guard on Diatreta's personal airship and secured her and the rest of the Zakaria family there. And to be entirely clear, Diatreta, Cookie, and Gaffer, they were like, we're going on a diplomatic trip to the capital, and had no idea who was attacking their ship until you actually arrived in the center, and probably thought that their lives were in danger. Perhaps they still are. I suppose it depends on how the following conversation goes.
Hello.
What happens over the next few hours and the next couple conversations may determine the fate of House Zakaria and House Iapyx both.
Diplomacy.
So, the briefly invisible Iapyx scion, who was in this room, has been
that we
freshly...
kind of stomped out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has been freshly... I forget what it's called in Persona. Like, where you just all gang up and, like, kick the dust cloud
Beat
repeatedly.
down. All out
beat
attack.
down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dojo Part 5, yeah.
Yeah, so has been freshly incapacitated in that way. I don't know, I guess I turn this over to Retinue, Chalice, Vern. What do you how do you approach this? There's like a look of confusion over Diatreta's face while she is like, shielding Cookie, right? She and Gaffer are shielding Cookie. Like when you all burst through the door, and the window. I think half of you came through the door, the other half came Merlin.
Well, we made the window a door and then walked through it.
Right.
Which is still not as violent, but still very surprising.
Mm-hmm. But
And Vern is still on the other ship with Juniper.
Oh, right. Vern's on the other ship. All right. So I guess that means
On second thought, maybe Vern should have been with us.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
now-
call her
now
over
that
now
I-
if you want.
We
Now
have
that
her
the
on
ship's
Spore.
secured.
Put her on
That's
speaker
true.
for.
Literally on
Um,
poop.
I think the last thing I said previous session was that this isn't the reunion I wanted it to be, but we need to talk. I may follow that up with well, I promise you that we are not a threat, and so I hope that, as confusing as it is, that you let one more person aboard that I'd like you to meet.
I
So
think.
just my anchor,
It-
and it'll bring Vern on.
Yeah, I think it's simple enough to reduce speed to 0, just kind of float above the sands. The Valley of Life and Death is not too far off. It is nighttime, but I think you can see the difference in shapes, right, from the sand dunes and like the fading away to the wastes in the distance. You stop here on this border of the territory. Vern can board. I think, Chalice, when you say that, you know your aunt very well, and you can see that she has a reply, but is waiting to see who this extra person is and what is going to be said. But her words have already been selected. You can feel that,
Ooh.
right?
I'm so scared.
There is
Jeez.
restraint, but they're there, right?
Right, okay. So Vern comes on the ship. Does it appear that she immediately recognizes Vern, or has, like, I know who this is, good assumptions or whatever?
I think it's she thinks she knows who it is, right? She's not gonna strongly assume. But
Yes.
Interesting. I think Vern knows this all over spores, so I think when she does
that's
approach,
true.
she has the regalia on. She's the rainbows are rainbowing.
Heck yeah.
And she does her best Chalice impression.
Oh, I got you.
And she's like, hello,
You
the
put a
House
ice cream cone
Zakaria.
on your head.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
oh no.
Can you roll to see how successful you are on that?
Putting a horn on my head.
Oh no.
You meant the
I can. Let me
Chalice
grab my
impression.
We're
thing.
trying to convince them, right?
Right.
I'm just
Offend
trying to
them?
make a good impression.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
2 chalices?
All right. You're trying to make a good impression
They already don't like having one chalice.
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
I just meant
no.
it's decorum because she's kind of a fucking idiot.
No.
All
Do you want
right.
me to roll? I would roll consort for this. It's social. It's engaging.
Maybe
It's
we
not
could
telling her
probably
to do anything.
We could probably
Yeah.
still save the roll if we wanted to, like, when we're
Oh, okay.
a thing. I don't know.
My understanding is you come and you act your best. You try to do your best impression of being diplomatic, right?
Yes,
Or-
yeah.
Introduce yourself, and then I think there's like a beat at least where she waits for you to go on,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like,
yes.
Why are you here?
If she's allowing it, then I will try to make my move here.
What's wrong?
I have just been recently in talks with Silica and Kiln, as well as Cerata Iapyx, just hours. I'm assuming like hours-ish ago.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we kinda
within
jumped
the
on
past
it.
hour or two.
Yeah, just hours ago. And I would like to introduce you as well to, hold on, I have her full name. Vern Amencia Dorada.
Ooh.
But that's the country. That's not
Oh,
her
I
name.
thought it was her name of
Dorada.
her fam. I have it written name of her family.
Buenaventura.
Amencia.
No, Buenaventura. Sorry.
Buenaventura is her last name, her like
Buenaventura.
royal last name. Her regular
write
last
that
name is
down
Basilitos.
right now. So I give her full name and the claimant that we are backing for the future of our country. And then I say, maybe I also give a beat for her to respond, but I would quickly say, it's about the marriage. I know that you are currently headed towards the prince because a decision has not been made as to who Cerata would be betrothed to. But I come here to say to you that we have made a decision, and it's that the wedding shall not go on. I implore you for your support in this, as hard as it may be.
We've made a decision, she repeats, looking across the retinue, looking to Chalice, your two cousins, who did come here to, they didn't really help so much as they wanted to make sure that nothing went wrong and no one got hurt on the way, right? But she looks at them as well. I think both of your cousins flinch when her gaze passes over them, right?
Yeah, she does not like that.
I'm going to say during this, as she's taking it in, Merlin is not even smoking his pipe. He seems very rapt and in attention.
She looks to the unconscious Iapyx guard, looks to the ceiling as if imagining the sounds that she heard up above, and then says, I suppose that is a true statement, isn't it? After what you've done here. Even were we to want it to resume, even if we were to decide that this was a childish tantrum, we would have to first beg for Iapyx's forgiveness, and then that of the prince whose request I fear I will be unable to meet thanks to your intervention. So congratulations. You have decided.
What better excuse than for your delay than to be attacked by pirates, of course.
Pirates whom conveniently killed all of the Stitharians and none other.
Did we kill anybody?
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed Shion kills unless said otherwise. I feel like that's usually a safe assumption.
It was gravity.
Like maybe the last one, the group was
I
here.
didn't confirm or deny it.
And I could be wrong as well by...
Is busy kind of looking out to see if anyone else, show up and who might be a problem.
You're sticking their hand out of the porthole and doing the wavy thing in the wind.
Yeah.
If the circumstances weren't so dire, we would have had a different approach, I assure you. But our fear was with you, Gaffer, and Cookie being taken, being summoned. Well, unfortunately, we feared the worst. We've heard that the prince would be making a decision on your behalf. Is that correct?
On my behalf is not correct. I made a decision, Chalice, if you recall. He is making it on behalf. And there's that blade thrown at you, Chalice, but then it quickly sideswipes towards your cousins. It says, he's making a decision on behalf of my children whom despite all of their age and education cannot understand the situation that our family is currently in. I thought they had known better than to follow the example of their cousin in this regard.
Clearly, with all that their upbringing, they still find truth in their hearts that they know this marriage will not be their the family's saving grace, but rather a shackle upon us and our country.
And, I think
Ooh, tasty.
one of your cousins will speak up. I think Kiln will say, Mother, I at least understand that, yes, the two of us going back and forth about whom this responsibility should fall on was in many ways childish. However, and he makes a gesture towards Vern, which is probably very reminiscent of like the gestures Chalice has made when introducing Vern in front of other audiences, right? It's like, but this is more than that. This is the true heir to the throne. When you negotiated your agreement, there was no eminencia remaining. But there is here. This agreement was made under a false assumption. And so while, yes, admittedly it is beneficial to both my sister and myself to no longer go through with it, it's more than just that.
Can I get a read on my cousin if he thinks he believes that or is using it as an excuse?
Sure. I mean, honestly, I think it is both, right?
Yeah.
I think it's both. You guys rolled last session, and you convinced everyone present, so they do believe it at least to a moderate level.
Right. Okay.
So, and not to spend too much time talking to myself, but I think unless someone else has something else they want to add to this counter.
I do think Vern would take the ball, so you don't have to talk to yourself.
Yeah, sounds good.
And she would say, I do seek the throne, and when I do, I would want to call you an ally. As opposed to who you are about to go meet, I don't want to subjugate your family. I don't want to separate your family. I want you where you want to be with who you want there.
Okay, I think it is time for the first roll. I'll let you guys to decide who wants to be the one to roll it and who wants to be the ones to add stress to help. But this is basically the opening impression, right? Of set her mood.
I can certainly be like the primary person. I have sway I have 3 in sway, so it's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're going with you. I would assist you.
I'll assist you too.
I can assist without paying stress, so
I will assist.
Get in there, Tiger.
With paying stress.
Very nice.
Merlin catches your eye and gives just a very solemn but encouraging nod.
All right. And you know what, Chalice? You can have one from your cousin's support. Consider that the momentum from the successful last session.
This woman is going to be obliterated.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Do I do controlled standard?
Oh, I think I wouldn't call this. I'd call this risky standard.
Okay, and then just the 1 modifier.
You only touch the modifier at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, but I only get 1, right?
What? No.
You should have 3, right?
You have 3.
3? Oh, okay, great.
Me, Merlin, and your cousin. Yeah.
Yes.
Me, Merlin, and your cousin gave you an extra dice.
Oh
my god. Didn't even need those.
I do it.
You didn't need any help. You just had it in you.
There's something
this has
really
been brewing
funny
for a
about
long time.
Like I know that there's, half the numbers are the red numbers, but it's just so funny to see so many dice rolled and so much red, and then it's like success with
I
one
know.
green
Right?
die.
You did it.
Didn't even need our help.
Wait,
I
is the
think-
first one you see the first one you roll or the last one?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think Diatreta just takes a breath, exhales, and then says, I can appreciate she takes that breath, exhales, and then her attention on her family just gets pushed aside, and she's looking directly to Vern.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the sentiment greatly, Your Radiance, and
Ooh.
while I do appreciate, while I appreciate the intervention, I beg your understanding in this circumstance. When I ask you, how can you protect my family in this case? Contrary to my son's assertion, I did not negotiate this deal with House Iapyx purely because your parents had perished. I negotiated this deal because the alternative was an armed invasion of my home. Backing out of it now does not prevent that armed invasion, and perhaps there is no preventing it, she says, gesturing to the unconscious, guard.
Jian avoids eye contact, looks in the opposite direction.
Vern wants to say something about House Iapyx, but I don't know yet what to say. Hold on. Thinking.
I could
Help me.
jump in here. Yeah. And saying like, I have already it will be what's the word where it's like trepidatious maybe? Like the path that we are choosing, but I know that Cerata feels the same, and she has already gone to negotiate with her brother and convince him that this is the right thing for both of us. We can at least make things right with the Iapyx family, as I know that she too would rather not see her family in danger. And trust me, even though I had left, I too want to see my family thrive. I wouldn't have come otherwise.
Even should House Iapyx make the unlikely decision to join House Zakaria and in pledging fealty, I wonder if having glassmakers and healers simply ensures that we die slowly. But I admit there's a chance. It's a great risk what you ask of my family, she says to Vern. Of our family, she says to Chalice. Surely you do not expect House Zakaria to take such a great risk merely to be left with how things were.
She's trying to strike a bargain.
That was an invitation to offer her something important, right?
Yeah. What can we offer other than protection? We have
What do you want, a
pirates. We
handout?
have.
What did he say?
Handout.
Damn.
What do we have to offer here?
I'm sure House Iapyx has a lot of troops they have to take care of, and they can't really let them go right away. But in the event of like an invasion, I could promise quick troops, something like that.
Yeah, we have the machinery that we've recovered as well. Do I think that, like, is she just looking for anything, or is she looking for something specific in terms of, like, is she still looking for, like, extra protection? Is she looking for better business opportunities, or is it just, like, anything?
She looking for a title?
Ooh, I think maybe Chantrell got it towards the end there.
Ooh.
Like she said, like, okay, if we take this risk, maybe we'll be able to survive. But what's the payoff, right?
Got
it's
it.
Like,
okay,
like getting a payoff. The payoff being, well, we'll protect you if it happens. That's not a payoff, right? Like what is the benefit they gain from going through with this? A very important title, or something similar, increased control rather than their regional control, right? You were at a GM level last session. You were encouraged to think about members of your the higher levels of your government, Vern and retinue. I'm not saying you have to offer something like that to Diatreta, but
I might have something.
Oh
yeah, you guys can
like to
discuss
hear
in the group chat before you say it out loud. Don't forget.
Okay. Surprisingly, not. I wasn't going there, but so let me see. Let me double check. What territory do they represent? They represent
Suraj Najma.
And they
Lucian and
control.
Najma, yeah.
They used to control the entire Stardust desert territory. So like.
Okay, here's what we need to. We can't just appease her. Is what I want to do, because like she said,
Let's fuck her.
Well, like
Mess
she
with my boy
said,
Chalice. Treat him like shit.
kick them around.
They
Resident
are
to break character.
glass makers, and then Iapyx is healers, so they don't have really any particular assets that aren't that contribute to the cause per se. So here, what she's good at is negotiating. She could be our negotiator. I don't know if there's like a fancier title to give her for that.
I think it's called an ambassador.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Would she
ambassador.
just be an ambassador?
Oh,
Like,
she
is that
like,
a good title? I don't
Jean-Luc.
know.
Yeah,
Oh, ambassador's a good title.
You can
I
either
like
name
that.
her.
I would also like it if we could establish this area as more of a center of where everyone comes to meet.
Commerce or something.
Yeah, kind of a commerce. Like, there's not big weapons here. It's all healers. It kind of implies
Yeah.
a
It's the
goodwill.
arts. It's where you got your open market.
Yeah.
It's where you get your crystal unicorns.
Yeah.
Buy the crystal unicorns.
So I'd
The
like to
place we
offer
currently
her,
have
like-
is all of the
Yeah.
manufacturing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they could turn that into, people coming here, high level people coming here. That
We
might
turn
be.
this into a civs civilization
Yeah.
stream.
I will boost your economy and give you whatever title that
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
means.
interesting. Okay, give that. I might have something to add to it, but I would say start with that.
Yeah. Okay. I assume you simply say that out loud, right? Like the.
I think she'd try and say it as Chalice as possible. She'd be like, I am aware that your lands are whatever.
These lands here, beautiful, beautiful lands.
I mean, I could supplement it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, supplement it with what, or do you want me to make my?
Oh, sorry.
reply
I meant
first?
like if Vern is just saying is saying things, and if she's maybe not as eloquent as she would like to be, I could probably fill in there to be like, like Vern would say, oh, you would, if this were to go through, I know, you would be our ambassador, and I would probably say something like we would put commerce, and I say, I know this land just as well as you do, and I know you play a big part in it. I've seen you in action, and you make deals that would benefit us and everybody else. Yeah, basically like that.
I think those hit on the key points. That she mulls over this idea and then sort of restates it, and says, "Am I understanding correctly then, your offer? Name me Counselor of Trade, and I could oversee our economic negotiations, not just with Makota Intan, of whom I have much experience in trade, but also with the Concord, Arhema, and all external entities, not just the trade of the Stardust Desert, but of our restored nation."
Vern, add me in there. Add me in there.
At Chalice, get in here.
When I say add me in there, I mean I want to
make you important as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're under Chalice.
I don't know. No. I don't want to say that.
You say that immediately.
Yes,
roll
perfect.
immediately.
She's on the other.
I think Vern would say that sounds to be exactly your skill set. I would need you to also liaison with the members of my court, which would likely be someone you may know very well. You just gesture to Chalice. Not to say his name and piss her off, but...
Right.
A really chill laugh, if you know what I mean.
And she would, I think she would say, of course, these are times of emergency, and in times of emergency, your will and that of your allies take precedence. But once normalcy is returned, I hope you will come to recognize that my expertise ought to be heeded, even in cases where perhaps the understanding of those present isn't as keen as my own.
Oh, we did this, but now we have to deal with her. Oh man.
Gross.
I had specifically in my notes.
She's
well, I won't say yet, but.
So is she saying like no to Chalice?
She's saying, oh, she can do that for now, but she hopes that in peacetime you understand. In peacetime, she thinks she knows better, and she hopes that as a good ruler, you will respect her when she disagrees with you over matters she is the expert in, right?
Chalice, are you okay with that? Those terms and conditions?
Conditions.
If my aunt continues to be as open-minded as she is right now, then I don't see that as a concern.
Yeah.
I mean, Chalice, you do know your aunt in that you don't think she's likely to like coup you all or anything like that, right?
No. I simply mean that we will take her advice seriously because she is showing right now that she is open to the idea. She's open-minded and is, essentially saying that, okay, I'm going to take some of I'm going to accept some of your decision making because I now have, this, and that going for me. But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We have an agreement.
I think Vern holds out the hand with the bracelet and does a really big fancy handshake with her, but really lets her know that the bracelet is there.
You dab her up.
Oh,
Dab her up.
My man.
She takes the handshake, then bows her head and says, "Then let us return to Zujaj Najma and hope that Cerata hasn't caused my house to be purged before we return."
We'll do it for you if it isn't already done. Don't worry about that.
To purge the house? I don't think they want that.
Jeez.
Oh, no, don't purge the house.
Don't purge.
Oh, you see, I wrote it on my hand, but the don't got smudged. Oh no!
Ah!
Oh man, I was really looking forward to it.
Fritz just sprinting while crossbow fire is aimed at him. Just like, what's going on? Alright.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so we're assuming you just fly back to Zujaj Najma. Is your plan to talk to the head of Iapyx now? Or are you trying to let your aunt
where is
handle
he?
that? He's in Zujaj Najma. He's there.
Oh, okay. But is Cerata there then?
She was. That's where she went. When you
Okay. If that's where she went, then yeah, I wanna go too.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
I think Diatreta
Road
would
trip.
endorse this, especially since you mentioned that Cerata has already gone to talk to him. I think she was of the opinion that the sooner you all join that conversation, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vern wants to be there, but bodyguards first, I think, is how she'll enter the room.
Yes.
Well, luckily, I think you all can. When you arrive, right, of these glass towers, I think only the larger one has a place for the airships to actually enter and leave. A glass panel here, slides up and open to allow them inside. And when you arrive, there are a good number of Iapyx guard awaiting you.
Can we heal the guy that we busted up?
I mean, how far gone was the guy guys, plural, because there are also two up top as well.
Right.
And
Right.
Go give him some band-aids.
I'm pretty sure of the two up
And a
top,
kiss on the
one was very likely killed by Shion, and the other one I think was described as being stabbed by Chantrell.
I body slammed him.
Oh, body
that.
slammed.
We
You're right,
don't-
body slammed. Okay.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
hit the
know if that
jackhammer
would kill
on
him,
That's
but
He's
it
just
probably
paralyzed.
Depends on how durable.
I distinctly remember throwing knives at the throats of two guards.
Well, you see, he had
Shit.
actually stuffed in their jackets were copies of Shonen Jump, so they observed the blow and they weren't fatally harmed.
Yeah, of
I don't know
course.
about-
Classic.
I don't know.
Yeah, classic. Just
Yeah, all right.
I think the only one who
she shut the knife to stun.
Mhm.
Right. Knives have that setting.
If you throw it with the
you get
sheath.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew I was doing something wrong.
Well,
okay,
let's-
we talk
do it.
now.
Yeah, we talk now. So you arrive. There are guards waiting, and you are invited to speak with Zoanthus Iapyx III. I assume you agree to that. You are.
Yeah. Is
request-
Cerata there at all?
What was that?
Where's Cerata?
She's not. She's not there to greet you when the
I don't know
airship
what's
lands.
Cerata with you.
You are asked to disarm yourselves to a minimum level of armament.
Guess what? That means my horn stays.
Like, they're not
No, again,
asking
we
for
put
literally everything. They understand that Vern is important, but they do not want you all to, like, have an arsenal on you at all times.
I hand
This
them
makes
one of
me
my
uncomfortable.
Yeah, we have Shion. Shion is our arsenal. We
This is
confiscate
just
our
outside.
Do I
Shion.
stay outside? How does this work?
Wait, how well can you hide your weapons? You got big sleeves.
They're
Yeah,
all
I
in the
mean-
sleeves.
That basically every single weapon is inside the sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to just hold on to everything
You're
anyway.
not gonna give me a pat down, then I guess I may as well be unarmed. Okay, how about this?
Mhm.
I take out a few daggers and put them on the counter, because if I don't give them anything, they're gonna be suspicious, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretending that this is all the weapons I have, but I'm not giving them the chain.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Fair. Yeah, what about you, Chantrell, since I believe you also visibly carry a weapon, right?
I do. I have a rapier at my side, and that's the only thing there, and it's staying there.
All right.
They said minimally, so that's kind of vague.
Yeah. I think
Minimal.
the
You can see
idea they're going
everything.
for is like, you may have your one sidearm and like,
Okay.
I only have one.
Mhm.
I mean, they are a group
think-
of scions. They're just gonna blast us with their brains.
Yeah, true. I think Vern will the hammer that she doesn't use to fight at all. She'll plop that real heavy on the counter.
Beautiful.
Merlin
Gorgeous.
reaches down to his sock garter and pulls out a wand and puts it on the table. And then he takes a puff of his pipe, looks at it, and kind of holds it to the guards who are taking the weapons away, and then shrugs and puts it back in his mouth.
They
Yeah,
don't want to share.
They'll accept this, and once you all have minimally disarmed to a minimal level, you'll arrive in Zoanthus's greeting hall. Which, important note, Iapyx Zoanthus did not displace your family, Chalice, from their home, right? Like your family lives in like the seat of power and the grandest spot in Zujaj Najma. He did not make them kick them out of their house. So he actually has a smaller residence, despite currently being the person in charge. But he has his share of guard with him as well. There's 4 of them standing near the back of the room, though he does approach closer than them. But they keep a close eye on you. And the closer you guys get, maybe a pair of them creeps a little closer to be like within sprinting distance if something happens. But they don't try to stray too close, right? Like they try to keep their distance overall. And he is going to he will greet the group first as you approach. Vern Buenaventura, if I'm led to understand correctly, welcome to my residence, ephemeral though it may be at the moment. I'm Zoanthus Iapyx III, head of House Iapyx, a long line of scions of Anomoi from the south. I know little of you, or of your upbringing in these curious times, and so I would inform you that my family are healers, first and foremost, but do not underestimate us, as we are capable of defending ourselves. And with that formality out of the way, my sister came to me with a curious topic of discussion earlier, one which I am eager to hear your perspective on.
If I might ask, where is Miss Cerata right now? Could she not join us?
She is in her own room, her chambers at the moment. I thought it most prudent that I meet with you on my own to evaluate if you were merely playing her for a fool.
Well, certainly would not do that, especially since we are we are kin of mind. Believe that we both wish for a peaceful resolution between our two families and to live our lives the way we see fit.
A peaceful resolution is a curious thing to say, especially as it may be true between our two families, but I don't believe there is any peace that comes from this conversation. I think you're mistaken if you believe you can if you can preserve the peace as you continue on your way.
Certainly, there will be people who disagree with us, otherwise it wouldn't be as difficult as it has been. But I do believe that peace between us is possible if you too see that.
Depends on a lot. First and foremost, what is it you want and why? Are you reclaiming your throne simply because it was what you were born to, or to what end?
That's an interesting question. I have my bloodline has offered me the throne, but I'm taking it to do something. And Chalice spoke of peace. And I understand you have to maybe fight to get some peace. Sounds a little antithetical, but that's what I want. I want an idyllic future compared to these invading and strangely overreaching times.
Idyllic future. He paces a little bit, admiring some of the glasswork that very likely was, produced under either by Chalice's family at some point in the past or by those they employed. Looks out at the stars through the fractured glass, or the stained glass. We're not so different in that respect, Cerata has mentioned. Cerata mentioned that she spoke of me a small amount to you. But I get the impression she held many details back. You are not the first to claim a position because you want to do more than simply have it. There are many amongst the nobility who are content to simply live with their name and enjoy its benefits. Indeed, there are many of the lowborn, such as Koalemos Vutis, whom you unceremoniously removed from Twin Moon, who believe that nobility is a rank to obtain and then to drink the days away. There is much work to be done if we are to build a better world.
Perhaps then it would benefit you to know a little more of Vern's character. I would then describe to him her upbringing, how she's lived a modest but hard-working life in the monastery, as well as the mining company, how she knows... Yes, how she knows its people, how she has bolstered them, how she's fought for them, not just in words, and but also physically, is not afraid to get in there. I would speak of our recent venture where we helped House Iapyx, and how her character is dignified, and so on and so forth.
And merciful. Say I'm merciful.
And merciful.
Great answer.
To let him know that she is not afraid of fighting for this peace that she speaks of.
All right, I think a group. I would like another roll. This is similar to Diatreta, where this will set his impression of the group, right?
Can I just take 2 minutes after I roll to put Skittle to bed?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
All right, who wants to help this time?
I want to help. I imagine my speech counts as helping.
Yes. You don't need to say any more.
Yes, Chantra will also help. She's not as eloquent, but
I think Vern's pretty cool. I think you were like being under him.
She is very convicted, though. And can speak earnestly about Vern's positive traits and what she knows of her life and recent exploits, because So imagine typical Chantrell enthusiasm about Vern.
Yep.
Yippee!
Sounds. It's like we get the two accounts in that sense, right? We get, I guess depending on how you want to count it, 3, right? You have Vern talking about what she's viewing, like what she's doing and why. You get Chalice's account of Vern, which is perhaps the diplomatic, the ideal one, and then Chantrell's, which feels very like lived in and genuine in that sense, right? Right. I think I heard Nova moving to put the bird to bed.
I'm back.
You're back? Okay, perfect. All right, then it sounds like a +2 here for you.
Yeah.
All right, risky standard.
Yeah, we'll go with risky standard. Botching this won't
All right.
completely botch it, but it might get you,
I'm scared.
Success.
Oh, thank you, God.
Hot tonight.
He pays close attention as you each give your accounts, and as Vern describes what potential future, that she's working towards. And he would say, I think it's a difficult thing to find the word for, but I am glad when nobility gets the opportunity to live among their subjects. And I do think that you, having grown among them, will make for all a stronger leader for it, as you've seen their suffering firsthand. It's long been an Iapyx rite of passage to use one's abilities upon the people of the realm to heal their sickened bodies and their injured forms, to travel among them and restore vibrancy where tragedy has struck. While certainly your experience is not the same, you understand what it's like to be put into a situation and to have no other recourse. Something that many of my peers could not imagine, for no matter the hardship, there is always the weight of their name or the weight of their wealth to throw at such an issue.
I'm liking what I'm hearing.
Go on.
I don't know how
So-
much you... sorry, you can speak first.
No. He can continue.
You'll monologue
I
a
was just
little
gonna
more? Sure,
clarify.
he'll say, I don't know how much you know of Anamoy history, but 265 years ago, House Iapyx developed the first charm to prevent chaos from taking the dead. It is my hope that now, in this year or the coming years, House Iapyx will develop the arcane workings to prevent the chaos from taking a realm altogether.
Wow. I think Vern kind of
bombing.
forgets herself and just kind of like excitedly walks a little forward, just like, that's incredible. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes, show him the real you.
These damn girls out.
She gets pretty dorky about it. She probably talks about how Chawam has the oh my god. The words. The priest house. What the hell's
Yeah.
that called?
Monastery?
Lago Alto, the
Monastery.
cloister. Yeah.
The cloisters, yeah.
hmm
Dedicated to the god of that of order.
hmm
Probably just trying to be like, we are in alliance. Look how close we are.
hmm I think
My god. Chaos, you hate it too, right?
seeing Vern's excitement, he would say, then perhaps we do, or perhaps my sister was right, and we do have more in common than I would have imagined. It's good of you to mention the cloister, because Anamoy is quite similar in that they revere the boundary amongst, or greater than all other deities. And so, I need to ask you, are you the same? Because in Anomoi, they would not permit Iapyx to cure the chaos, because doing so would be an affront to the second pillar, who has chosen not to intervene. And so I ask you, should this cloister you were raised in tell you not to cure the chaos because that is above the domain of humanity, would you listen to them, or would you listen to me and see it fixed for the sake of the people?
Whoa. All right, I have
Richard
chills
Gordon.
and I'm scared. I'm looking at Chalice. I'm looking at anybody.
So can I just quickly review, because I don't know as well as Vern's character, the intricacies of her religion. So is that true? Is he just hypothesizing that maybe they would say that, or?
He's saying he has had this experience in the past with his homeland, and that it is within the realm of possibility.
I see. So like his
branch.
religion has shown him that like we actually shouldn't do anything about it. He disagrees.
Yeah, a different branch of the same faith worshipping the same deity, but a different branch. He's not saying that Vern's cloister would try to stop him, but he's saying if they do you side with me? Or do you side with them?
Well, I certainly think that Vern should say that she shouldn't say she'll pick a side here.
Yeah.
She believes in her own of what is right, I would think. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what your character would want to do. Like, what comes to mind for me is like you would be practicing what their deity stands for, not necessarily the practices that contain you.
Princess underscore
buddy,
Hecate raided
thank
your
you for
channel with 5
raid.
viewers.
A raid?
A double raid.
Mermaid Comet underscore VT
We
raided your
got
channel
Comet
with
and
7
Hecate
viewers.
who were playing earlier today. I think Slay the Spire. Hello, thank you so much for the raid.
Let's
How are you guys?
Hope the spire was slayed. Slain?
Slay.
Hey.
If you guys got a raid and run, no problem. We're just in the middle of an intense philosophical debate.
Yeah.
Yep. And negotiation.
What does...
So I was saying, like, I think it's practice the ideal rather than obey the confines of man, I would think. I don't know. Does any of that sound appealing?
Interesting. I mean, she would have to be like, we can't choose that for the whole nation. We have to, like, sort of a case-by-case level of destruction based choice to
I mean,
make.
to be fair, that is also not siding with the cloister, so...
Yeah. Both ways I'm in trouble,
Uh-huh.
basically.
Damn.
You could also talk about, I suppose, I mean, you were always a little bit of a rebel in the cloister. It wasn't like you obeyed every rule.
Bit of a
I don't-
maverick.
I think that Vern isn't afraid to make a little trouble for what is ultimately good for the people, as long as it's good for the people. And if going case by case makes sense, because I think it does for some reasons. Like, even though the chaos rips apart a lot of stuff, it also provides a lot of good.
A lot of good jobs, yeah.
At the very
Like-
least, a lot of like turnover of
Mhm.
I don't know, whatever it's making, it's doing something else.
Resources?
Resources, stuff like that.
I mean,
Scary.
Zaj, I keep
Zujaj
Sorry,
Najma.
Zujaj Najma wouldn't be the place it is without the chaos.
Yeah.
Put it on the map.
Do we have to roll for this?
It depends on your answer. So is your answer that you will consider the circumstances, but you basically are promising that you wouldn't innately side with them?
I kind of even want to go even more middle of the road. Like, she could see a future where it was mandated to study it, to learn more about the chaos, and maybe act on it once we're 1,000,000% sure and we get religious permission or something. I don't know. I think she would just be like very agnostic and be like, it's an important thing to know as much as we can know about it. I couldn't promise you I'd pick up a sword against you or for you on the matter.
I think before we get to a roll, you would reply, I'm rather surprised that a ruler in your case could afford to use such diplomatic language in a situation like this. So I'll alter my request then. Name me Archmage, Overseer of Magic in your territory, and then no other entity save you can deny me my progress. How's that? So in this, he's moving it slightly.
Demands.
He's moving it, right? He's saying, well, if you can't promise that you're going to side with me, promise that you're going to be the only one who can tell me no.
Yeah. Fuck.
I think that's up to you.
It's not
It
a
is
bad
up to
roll.
me.
I'm not. Well, yeah. I guess what other things come with Archmage, right?
Yeah, I'm also
Research!
thinking if I say yes to this, we lose the cloisters on my side in Tuam because I want their support as well. Anyone who worships the balance, what is it? The border?
Boundary.
The
But yeah.
boundary, thank you.
Mhm.
Is going to be mad at me particularly. So that's why she's not so excited to give this up.
Mhm. Does she think that this is more palatable in that it's more independence than it is a true siding, or not quite?
No, because she's the sole one. If
Yeah.
she does deem it, she's going to be at their
Oh
mercy.
no, Vern doesn't want the responsibility of having the reputational impact of a decision.
No, she wants it. She wants it. Shut up.
I feel like
What about like
there's probably a compromise we can manage, right?
co-chair?
it's
I don't
like-
know if there's a way to have like
Committee?
Yeah,
Perhaps-
I heard Shion starting to pitch a compromise. What was that?
Well, I mean, this new nation that we're building, can't it be accepting of different conflicting religious views, I guess?
I mean, theoretically, yeah. I think that the case here is just this person does not want the opportunity for faith to impair his or his family's research into what he views as a net good, right? So,
Yes, yeah.
but yeah,
I think
like
it could
otherwise,
also be...
there probably is somewhere in the middle, but that's your job to find. It's my job to make unreasonable demands. It's your job to find solution.
It could be that you choose. It could just be you and one other person if you wanted to split responsibility.
and
It could
Vern is
be-
still the only one who can say yes or no, but it's
We're-
like
we're-
a group.
We're developing democracy where we have 3 different powers that can do checks
Yeah.
and balances.
That's never failed before.
Yeah.
Having
I do
more than
think-
one arch. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he could be the head of it. I think he would have to be in charge of a council that has to go through rigorous, testing. They have to host the religious leaders and be very open with them about what they're doing show them the good that you're going to do with these magic practices. You don't have to beg their permission. You do have to let them know exactly how it goes.
You need
but
52
exchange of ideas.
PowerPoints. You need the PowerPoints.
We have a PowerPoint
Yeah.
party.
A PowerPoint party. All right, guys.
Yay.
I will not let your guys be sucked up into the time continuum. A la chaos.
You give that pitch, and I think he says, he would say, one better then. Alongside psionic magic and miraculous magic, we shall add that of the arcane and that of the natural as well. Ensure that all such disciplines are represented. And if I have your word that I am to be the first to head this entity, then I think we have an agreement.
Yes, and I still reserve the right to yes or no
Of course.
decision.
And then he says something that reminds you very heavily of a conversation you had 45 minutes ago. And he says, of course, I understand that I am not the ruler of the nation, you are. But I hope you will understand in time that my family is the foremost experts on this field, and we understand the magic it is we practice. So when we advise you, I hope you will take it to heart.
And when you advise me, I hope you use your heart. All right?
Whoa!
Oh, that's a good.
Aura points!
That's in the trailer.
All right, I think that works. You get the agreement. We don't have to fight in this room
Oh my god.
as the guards.
We're not
try
even
to-
about to?
I mean, if things had turned really south, maybe, I don't know. Right? You never know. There were invisible guards in the ceiling waiting to drop while the rest got him away just in case it went bad.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing that. We were cloning Shion in the back.
And also, I was smoking a lot, so it was poisoning them very slowly.
And so there.
Yeah, but we almost had you too. You have plans and tricks.
All right, let me
That's
move
scary.
us.
We have two heads of state.
We do. We're gonna catch them all.
So, with this agreement, we turn Zujaj Najma to the retinue's control.
Ayo!
And because we have turned Iapyx as well, Tizazat, which they also control, comes with it. So I will flip that one.
Look at that.
And with Tizazat, you now have the
Oh.
majority in the Stardust Desert.
Colorful.
Damn. It's just that easy, folks.
Oh my god! Look at the map.
So this whole territory now technically counts as being under your control. Something that hasn't come up yet, I think I did mention it once or twice, but then it continued to not come up, is anywhere that's under your color specifically, not your vassal, so not La Madriguera, but the other ones. They do all have a benefit for controlling them.
Yeah.
Some of which give you extra dice on your engagement rolls or
Oh,
certain types of
yeah.
engagement
Oh, cool.
rolls or things.
Yeah.
So we'll have to make sure we try to keep those in mind. But with this,
Woo!
I'll draw the new line. Drawing the new lines is always hard. Hold on, let me just put that over there.
Yeah,
and-
Oh
yeah.
no, it's
I'll give you
naked.
a moment of silence. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
put something on.
There we go. And we'll make that the right colors in a second. But I think there's certainly a period of adjustment, I think, and what's the word I want to look for? I want to say there's a lot of drama outside the territory you control over what just happened, but you're not there, so it's not really something you're
I
privy
bet.
to at the moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, dish.
I think probably what happens is Zoanthus returns Zujaj Najma fully to the Zakaria family for control and moves his own family to Tizazat, which is a more central location, right? So it's closer to Tawam in that sense, but it's also the more fortified location. So, you know, if anything does happen, they're at the fortified region, and you now have direct access to the mall, which I'm sure is important to people as well.
Every time you say that, I hear the mall.
Not the mall,
The mall,
the
everybody.
mall.
Let's go to Spencer's! Yay!
No.
Yeah, I maybe need to go hot topic.
Yay!
I need
Yes.
more wallet chains.
Ugh, the gloves.
Let's get a gag gift and go to the adult section.
Get Annie Ann's pretzels.
Ooh, Auntie Anne's yum.
All right, before we
Let's
move,
go past the other 6 stores that are out of business. Yay!
Yeah,
For
I was
real,
gonna
for real.
say we're gonna go to this mall, and it's like, no, this is not the one we're thinking of. It's like a desolate place, full of like
Desolate.
low lives. It's it's like so just like a mall in real
Bunch
life.
of
Yes.
scavengers are around there.
A couple cult members.
There are old people just walking around in the middle of the morning.
yeah.
Gotta get those steps in.
All right, first things first.
People playing Pokemon Go.
As we finish this sortie, you guys now rule a second territory. So you get that. I'm looking at the Vern's retinue sheet right now. So we've got that.
My
We've got
renown.
2 points. 2 rules,
Yes.
which gives you an extra renown. Then for you gain 2 renown for the successful sortie, plus 1 if it's a higher tier, which it was. And plus 1 per tier of new vassals. You don't have new vassals, so it's just plus 3. They actually joined you. Let's see now. For the actual unrest generated, we did a seize, and you get income equal to holding minus 2. Alright, so your income is, this is probably going to be a good income one for you. Oh yeah, you guys got a lot of money from this one.
Yes.
Hell
By that
yeah.
I mean
yeah.
you're full. You have maxed out your coffee.
Yes.
You get 4 from Zujaj Najma and then 6 from Tizazat, which just technically it overflows it. But we'll say that extra money is
Or Scrooge
It goes
McDuck.
right back to Tawam.
yeah, it goes right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes right back to Tawam to replace
Which
things
they
that were
need.
lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll do that.
We have another
Unrest
feast in
generated.
Tawam.
Let's see. So unrest generated is here. So let's see. Plus 1 unrest if you target a higher tier faction. Plus 1 unrest if you claim to holding via violence. You did not. No. So no. It says only 1, but I'm gonna say it's 2 because of the big switch. Suddenly, I think Iapyx switching sides is worth an extra point.
That's
unrest.
yeah.
I think
fair.
so.
All right.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Thing that obviously benefits me.
No, unrest does not benefit you. It makes
Oh,
everything
that's
just
right.
more unstable.
Oh, shit.
That makes things unrestful.
Yeah,
Bad.
unrest means things are unrestful. So, that's...
It means we're winning. It means they're afraid.
Yeah, they're scared.
It means they're too afraid to debate us.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Got a heckin'
think I-
philosophy debate throw down, so
Well, true.
yeah, also, unrest is sort of like, it's like, like even just the citizenry, too. Just like uncertainty over what's going on. As people in Tizazat or Zujaj Najma, like those who are more loyal to the prince than House Iapyx, suddenly there might be scuffles and things. all that kind of stuff. So if you all want to start thinking about your downtime actions, I do need to roll unrest. Can someone roll a d6 for me as well?
I'll do it. Command just immediately escaped my mind.
/r space 1d6.
Okay, thank you.
I always want to do exclamation points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Ooh,
right,
that's
5.
spicy.
All right. So here's what's going to happen on a 5, which it won't affect you guys immediately, I don't think, because your currency is currently full. But this orange loop here is now extended like this. There are now airships patrolling essentially almost the entire border of the territory you control, and they are preventing you from utilizing your 2 trade goods. So like
God dang
both
it.
Tawam and Zuzaj Najma provide you with a trade good. So long as that trade good can go to anywhere you don't control, you get an extra coin every sortie. But on a 5, you're now blockaded. So you're gonna need to you'll need to do a specialized sortie in order to break the blockade. But because you did just seize so much wealth, you may not need to do that immediately, right? Like you might be able to afford to wait a bit for that.
Okay, so we're at. Actually, hold on. Let me see. So the unrest goes to 9?
Yes, and if it hits full, then you gain international ire, as everyone suddenly
Which is
decides that you're
bad.
doing an awful job.
Yeah, because I see you've done it with the unrest, like 4 through 5, like Imperial Blockade one for the roll. But it says unrest 6.
Oh,
I don't know, it's just weird math.
wait, unrest 6? We're on unrest 4 to
On-
5. Oh. Yeah, that's a
think it
good
only goes
question.
to
I think
6.
it might just be missing the 7 to 9. I think that's just all that's. I think there's just a typo in the PDF, because the other ones all have a range, right? The other one is 0 to 3, then 4.
I mean,
to 5,
as long
and
as it's like proportional.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 6 plus, most likely, is my guess. But yeah, all right. Yeah, so you guys can now start taking your downtime actions while I add your
Wow.
archer levy.
And do we need to update the faction tracker later?
Yes, I'll come around to that one as well.
Cool.
Okay, well, I'm not particularly stressed, so that's good.
Oh!
What just happened?
I got a failure.
No!
A crisis occurs, clear 5 stress, and you choose one of the following consequences. Well, it's a good thing I have 5 stress. Okay.
Wait, hold on. So I think the
Wait,
crisis.
this doesn't seem right?
So the crisis doesn't take into account that you. What happens is you probably have 5 stress on your character sheet, right?
Yeah.
So
it went over because I got 6.
it went over because you got 6, but your human ability lets you modify it. By
Oh,
1,
right.
Right. So your
Crisis averted.
crisis
Oh my
averted.
god.
Yeah, we lived.
Whew!
It's like, fuck, I leave the oven on. Oh, no. It's fine.
No, you're good. You're good.
Mordio,
is
can I
anyone
get
else
our
seeking
Archmage's
song?
name again?
I'll put it in the chat here for.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll wait until people are done with their things, and I'll roll for my long-term project. Which
Yeah,
is-
let's hold the long-term projects for the end. Is anyone else seeking solace?
No,
Nope.
not me.
I do
No.
not need to.
Okay.
We're all good.
All right. Is there a group recovering?
I am going to take one of mine to heal because I got another harm and I haven't finished healing from my other harm. So I'm just
I'll
really
join.
harmed right now.
I have one. I'll join you. I have a laceration to deal with eventually.
Recovery. Recovery does use our crew tier, right?
I believe so, but it should figure it out.
It just says 0 for me.
Oh,
Is that right?
yeah, you're right. No, sorry, I'm wrong. You do have to put it in. Recovery, pick
We're 2,
crew
right?
tier 2. Yep.
Okay.
No, I clicked close.
No! I got a failure of my last recovery!
You can spend 1 coin
You
to
want
gain
some
1 extra
money?
tick.
No, hold
Chalice,
on.
it's
I'm
fine.
already at
Use
3
some
out of
money.
4. So I get 4. I heal, right?
When you get to 4, you turn it empty and you drop every injury down 1 tier.
Okay. Fine.
So your booby window's all better.
Yes. My bludgeon to the head is still fresh.
Ugh.
You're beginning to remember a little bit. Yay.
All right.
Come on now.
All right, so we've got the bulk ones done. I heard, Shion, you were about to pitch in with what you were going to do before we got to those. What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm spending both of my downtime actions training.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's got to get
You
ready
just take-
for the moth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanna
exactly.
train
Do you
one
just pick
too.
one in whatever for each training? Is that what it is?
I believe so. The only thing is just to double check. I believe train is you can you can take train twice, but you can only put 1 XP on a given track. So you have to pick 2 different tracks to put it on though. But otherwise you can still do it
Okay.
twice.
Yeah, trains usually.
So
the
that, yeah,
Mhm.
that includes abilities and then all 3 of the types of skills that
Right.
that we have, right?
Yep. Yeah, so,
I
it's just
can
like you have
put
4
one
options.
into ability
Mhm.
and 1 into the other thing, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 1 into abilities and 1 into resolve.
All right, sounds good. What is since this is both of Shion's downtime actions, what's the training montage here? Is it something new in the new territories? Is it a familiar old routine?
Push it to the limit.
There's probably the usual, like, physical conditioning, but because I'm training more in abilities and resolve,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's like I'm thinking about what's to come, right? And I'm
Mhm.
thinking about
Standing under waterfalls.
the maw and the fact that we're going to probably face a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
So this probably involves training in
It's like training in the dark to get on their
Mhm.
turf.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like it might be more in terms of getting mentally prepared for this task, because it's kind of like I've trained my entire life for this and now it's getting close to it, and it's like,
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
suddenly this is really happening, right? This thing that was
Really
basically just
real.
a
Mm-hmm.
possibility before, and now it's like here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that Brehantak or Koromag, whatever he's calling himself now, right? He's probably not going to be there, but you're going to find something related, and like you said, there's probably a vampire there at least, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
Exactly.
it's been I think what was it, a couple years, I believe, was what we just is the history. I forget a little bit since it's been a while since the start of the game, but I believe it's been a couple years since you were actually under that control. So you've had all this time to chase leads and pursue, and finally the time is shrinking from maybe you'll find him years from now to months from now to you're picking up the trail in days, right?
Yeah, and not to mention, in addition to that, there's the fact that this is something that I have wanted to do even while I was under their control, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes perfect sense. All right. 2 training tasks is both of Shion's, I believe. Well, let me double check this. Right, so everyone else has done one of their 2 downtime actions.
I also trained. I trained
yeah.
in survey. I upped my pip, so
Oh, you had enough.
I imagine what
dice?
that looked
Hey.
like was during all the travel. Vern is now in different kingdoms and is, learning different histories and military things,
Mhm.
and
They're just
ways
a
of life
tourist.
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
I'll put her in one. Okay.
Also, all the time looking at the land from the sky and all these airships you've been going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
really helping with the bigger picture.
Really big planning.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm. Okay, makes sense. Chalice, Chantrell, I know Merlin wants to roll the project, but because that might turn into something bigger if he completes
Yeah.
that one. Curious.
I'm going. Go ahead.
No, you can go.
Okay, I'm going to train as well in resolve, because Chantrell needs more in there to talk better.
Fair, fair.
Gonna get better at this, guys. So she probably spends time thinking over what she has done and how she could have done it better now that she knows a few more things. And possibly seeing how the Iapyx is the Iapyx like guard is organized
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like both a part reflection and part introducing new ideas and just a little bit of sounds good. Chalice, what are you up to?
I would like to continue my project to restore the machinery.
Oh, I restore the machinery. You say continue your project. Which project? I don't think we have a project.
I thought we made it a project of mine to
I remember talking about this. Yes.
to like continue researching the old technology and make them an asset of ours.
Oh, okay. Yes. We did talk about it. I think I just was not all right, here's what I'll do. Oh, we're gonna make a new one there. Set it to be visible. There's it. There we go. Yeah, so I think last time we talked about it, we used them temporarily in a sortie.
Yeah.
But this time, you're actually trying to make it a more permanent thing. So this is
Yeah.
more at scale. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. What approach are you taking for this? This is one where you roll a skill.
Oh, a skill. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing.
Then I would like to use study, I suppose,
Ooh.
to continue understanding it, fixing it up, making improvements, making them easier to mobilize as well.
Mm-hmm.
I perhaps have my own, like, I don't have all of them because that would be crazy, but perhaps I have one that I'm like intricately studying and perhaps prototyping to be better. And now that I'm in my hometown, I know a couple of artisans / contractors, like just like calling upon people that maybe my family has worked with to help me turn this into something more practical and viable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds fair. Take your roll. I think this is a controlled standard.
Okay.
Right. Partial success. It's 2 ticks on your 6-segment clock there. You should be able to see it in the long-term projects folder. You can't, let me know. I think that means that, your previous experiences gave you some clear direction to go, in that you probably spend this time getting a solid understanding of like the individual Magitech, and now you need to take that understanding and scale it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's... Sorry, I already clicked it too for you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got 2, and when this one completes, on the retinue, was it the Vern's retinue tracker? Right now you have... Wait, why does it say weakened? They shouldn't be weakened. No, it should be unnamed. Here we go. We currently have Archer Levy and a Scout Levy. So once you finish this project, you will have a Magitech, Magitech Soldier Levy as well. Because that one won't recover naturally over time. That one you'll actually need projects to recover. But alright. So, yeah, alright, I think that's good. That's done. Merlin, you've not had good luck on this search thus far.
Nope, they've been quite elusive.
Yeah, they've been very elusive.
Okay, so let's see here. Merlin, he's like, if I'm on another roll, I have to like spend it, right?
Yeah, if you want another roll, you gotta spend the coin. Which, granted, the group has a lot of coin, so we can, let everyone go through their first ones, which yours is the last, and then we can decide how much, if anything, we want to spend versus spend on other things.
Okay, so I just roll whatever I think would be good, right?
Yeah, and
So,
and
last
tell us how
session-
you think it applies, of course.
Last session, with my level up, I put another pip into a tune.
Mhm.
So he's really going for it. He's far more one with the arcane. And he's
Mhm.
looking through it, the haze of the arcane. And he's control 10, probably.
Mhm. Yeah, control standard.
And does the tier of the retinue affect this, or
No, not this one.
okay? So he's trying to become one with all to find 3 people, and he focuses on their memory of them, and he reaches out.
Partial, so you get your 2 ticks, which does
Nice!
mean two puts you at 5 out of 6. So I feel like you're doing this arcane search, and you can tell that you're on the cusp of this discovery.
Mhm.
It's just you can't tell if it's eluding you in that you're not quite there yet, or if it's eluding you in that it's actively slipping away from you, right? Like you have the location, the direction for a moment, but then either that location moves or some
Actually,
charm.
Merlin actually feels he's almost there, but then he feels it being pulled from him actively.
Ooh.
Mhm.
He opens his eyes, and he knows they do not want to be found, very definitively.
Oh,
Damn.
Mhm.
my heart.
And then he spends a coin to search for them again.
Fuck it. He takes a coin. He unfoils it. He eats the chocolate that was inside, and then he
Yeah!
does it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming
Chocolate
the
to the
retinue
rescue.
is fine with that expenditure since we're at full. So now's the
Yep.
time to.
He needs
direct
that
it.
energy to find it.
Do it, do it, do it.
All right, I think on partial success, this means that you experience the same thing as before, but you're able to follow it more.
Actually, can I?
Oh, you have a different idea? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, you know what? Actually, okay. So I'm gonna say the non-canon thing because I think it's funny, but I don't really want to cheapen what's going on. So the non-canon thing is he eats the chocolate coin. He thinks about it again. He attunes to it again. He's like, wait a minute. He looks back at the foil wrapping of the chocolate coin, and he realizes the face embossed on it is of his son. He's like, oh,
Ah! Oh, I thought you were
Okay.
going to call it weed brownies.
no, dog. All right, no. He's there. He's there. He's just so tired from looking. He sort of drifts off, not into attuning, but sleep. And as he's about to reach the very edge of consciousness, he knows. He shoots up. He goes, "You're there." And he now knows.
Would you like
And,
me to describe
Mordio
a
was
scene
discussing
to
it.
you? A location. Would you like me to describe a location to you, or do you have a location in mind?
You describe it.
Merlin knows this location on the map, but the vision or like the idea, like the first imprint is one that Merlin, you use smoke for most of your magic, yes?
Yeah.
And as you were perhaps drifting off, your pipe gently, just like the last wisps of smoke, always fall asleep with the smoke still lit, right? That's just good safety, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, of course.
is when you pick up on a different feeling. Smoke maybe isn't even the right word. Like it's more of a fog or a mist, but some particle that intermingles. And you see on this terraced cliffside, mist spilling down like a gentle waterfall. And within that mist, all sorts of green growth amongst the red ground. Green growth that surrounds a building, one whose outline can just, like the silhouette can just be seen in that mist itself. And as you like have that vision of that specific scene and are like, partially awake and waking up, like you caught the view of it in the corner of your eye in that little wisp of smoke, and you know that it's somewhere very far north in the Twin Moon region near the border, somewhere in the canyon in Amara Verde, and you think you could go find it.
Ayo! It's like we've been there.
Yeah. All right.
This is the shack we fought Ixie the Blue in.
No, it's not in Tawam proper. My question is, do you bring anyone else with you, or is this just you?
I go up to Chalice.
I'm chosen.
Yes.
Oh,
And I go up to him and it's like, hello, Chalice.
Hello, Merlin. You look unusually serious. Is anything I can help you with?
Well, I gotta say I'm very proud of you. I've been saying a lot lately. I know you're getting tired of it.
Well, I am not used to it, certainly. Yes.
You stood your ground against your aunt, and you went there to support your family, and it takes a lot to do. It takes a lot of courage.
Right.
And I could really use some courage right now. So would you perhaps accompany me to a rendezvous to see my family?
I imagine like Chalice was perhaps like reading a book while Merlin approaches him, and
He was
shuts it.
jazzercising.
He just shuts it and like stands up and goes, "Of course, your family is where are they?
They're in
The Twin Moon, I think it was.
they're up in northern Twin Moon.
Wait, let me I want to take a look at it on the map.
So
Where
they're
is
on the see that little point on the triangle? It's right there.
Oh yeah. And then we're over here. Okay.
I'll say, can I just say, like, they're not all together.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Don't worry. That
So
part
one of
I also assumed from there being three of them that they wouldn't be all together, but
They're not the Baudelaire children, yeah.
right.
A series of unfortunate Merlins.
I mean, it's quite a project.
Mhm.
Yes. When do you plan on going? I'd be happy to lend you my support.
A break, or we could
Let's take that break.
Yeah, we can also, we can talk about it more during the break, but also it's like, now you know the location. You don't necessarily have to go talk to them right now if Merlin's not ready, right?
They're gonna leave right now.
I think I'll say this. Merlin, on this success, you don't know which child this is, but from what you saw, it seemed like a very specific location, presumably one that's been either lived in or worked on for a bit. You don't get the sense that they're leaving anytime soon unless there's good reason, right? So if you don't want to visit right now, you don't have to. But if you want, we can visit after our 5-minute break.
Okay.
After
Find
these
out after the
messages.
break.
Yeah.
The Middle Branch Library.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, I'll play that intermission. Be back shortly.
Liminal Branch Library.
All right, and we are back from our break.
Very important announcement. If you are watching this on a cell phone or mobile device or computer, please destroy it immediately. You'll thank us later.
No. Do not encourage people to destroy
This has
stuff.
been verified by Mordio and Nova.
I put it in the machine and it gave me a
Whoa.
smiley face. So
Me
Put
too.
that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So help
True.
me.
Oh no.
Speaking of help me, I have to go talk to my child.
I like how you,
You
say
sure
have
do.
to, as if you haven't been working towards this for
mean-
basically every downtime.
True. But if Merlin puts it off, he might put it off as long as possible. So this is something he has to do.
Band-Aid rip.
Mhm.
All right. So
All right.
we go to the place in the canyon
Yep.
where I saw in the vision.
Here they go.
All right. And so you head to the northern parts of Amara Verde, near the end of the line of the gradient line, where Vern and Chantrell met. You spend a little bit of time looking as you're in the area and you don't immediately see the site. But it doesn't take you too long to figure out why, because you already know where it is. It's because the same mist that you saw in the vision, the mist that you perceived through your smoke,
Is it real?
shrouds it magically, so it's magically hidden from view, at least until you get close enough. And it's tucked away a place that, well, most people wouldn't have any reason to walk to. But using your arcane knowledge and your successfully completed clock, you're able to track it down. And when it does, the mist appears and paints this building, and what's in many ways it's kind of like farmland, right? Like there's rows of different plants of various types, some of them flowering, some of them fruiting, some of them just just plant life. Kinds you recognize, kinds you don't. Different colors, different shapes. What's Merlin's posturing as he views this? Does he move towards the building with... Sounds like not with confidence, but does he like move towards the building? Does he explore the plant life? Does he... What's his approach?
I think he's gonna look over the plans, appraise them.
As I think Merlin, you're looking over the plants, then you can tell that these are some, like, all these plants are growing very well for in the canyon. Now, the canyon does have farmland. That's where the Verde part of Amara Verde refers to the green growth along like the river flood regions, right? And so like there is plenty of that there, but here everything's growing extremely well for how high up it is in the canyons. Like you can see little irrigation systems, and the mist itself, this mist, you feel that it does more than simply shroud this place. And like you examine like the dew it leaves behind on some of the leaves.
Like I'm at the produce section.
Oh yeah, exactly that. When I think one of your children finds you, announcing herself
Oh no.
very subtly, as like the mist it just gently rolls, right? Like a cloud being pushed aside by a weak breeze. I think she says, less of a greeting and more just sort of out loud to you, to herself. I knew that if I stopped in one place, you'd be able to find me if you wanted to. But I thought that after a while of putting off having a workshop of my own, if you showed up, You showed up. You would show up. And so you have. Hello, Father.
Chalice is with me, right?
I'm here. I am.
Hello.
I think I give like as much space as I think you need to, but I'm there for support.
So Merlin is now even more interested in the plants and is just really looking at them and not
boy.
avoiding the gaze of his daughter.
I pick the plant that Merlin is looking the most intently at and tuck it into his shirt pocket and try to lift him up if he's squatting or something, like, and push him, nudge him towards his daughter.
I put fruit all around his body and make him the Roman noble pizza monster. He just tries to meet her gaze. And she's not even really trying to meet it either. They're sort of looking away from each other.
Yeah, I think she's also looking at the plants that he's looking at, right? Rather than at him himself,
My plan, it's failing.
But she's speaking at least, whereas Merlin thus
true.
far has not, right?
You're doing very well for yourself, Miriam. He finally turns to her. His head is at least in the right direction, but you can't really tell if he's really looking at her. He goes, I don't want to bother you. I just want to. I just want to let you know I'm sorry. I never wanted any of you to find out. I didn't think you ever would. Not until I was dead.
Oh my god.
I don't deserve anything. I'm just being selfish, wanting to see you, but I can't even bear to look at you. Starts to break down.
I think there's a.
So.
Oh, sorry. You can keep going then.
You're all so good. I don't know how this happened. It's definitely from your mother. I'm nothing but a too big thug. But I'm trying. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this place like I left it. I'm trying to do good.
I think there's a long, shaky sigh of her. She gets a little bit closer, right? Not right up next to you, but closer. Takes a couple steps closer. Looks at you when you turn your head towards her, but only lingers for maybe half of what you say before she can't keep looking your way and has to look towards the plants, right? You know I want to believe you, right? And you know why it's difficult, too.
I
Learning
wouldn't believe
something-
me either.
Oh. When you think you know someone for so long, and you find out something like, well, you find out that the things that you thought they knew for wonder were for destruction makes you question a lot. And I think she would, like, tend to one of the plants. Thank you for the compliment earlier on what I've made here. Put a lot of effort into building something with magic instead of destroying things with it.
Merlin's just head down, sobbing.
Would you want Chalice to say anything? I don't want to step on any of your moments.
If Chalice has something to say, he should say it.
Oh, sure, for sure. Okay. Chalice sees Merlin like in a state that he's never seen him before, and he's already like has glassy eyes, but he puts a hand on Merlin's shoulder as Merlin once did for him and goes, "Oh God. I may not know the full extent of Merlin's past, but I can have some guesses. But if you're worried, if you're not sure, if you can't believe him that he's been trying to turn over a new leaf, I can tell you with utmost certainty that he has. And things that he may have done may have come as a shock to you, but I think that you both know that his love for you was always real and always was a powerful force for him."
Merlin, I'm not dictating what Chalice is doing, but Merlin turns into Chalice's arms, just to hold on to something, and sobs. It's a good lad.
I think she would probably it's hard for her to look at Merlin in that state, right? And she would respond to Chalice. Saying, "I think it makes it worse that I believe you. That he is at least trying now. And that he always did." She, touches one of the plants, maybe a flowering one, and says, "To be a flower and not care if the soil one grows in is dirt or the blood of others. But we thinking creatures don't have that luxury to know that in his care for me, he has committed so much harm for others, or harm upon others. It would be easier if he had been doing it for himself. Easier for both of us, I think."
We can't undo things of the past as much as we would like to. But we are all here for the first time on this planet. And just like the plants, we all have room to grow if the proper environment is there for him. I don't think he necessarily wants your forgiveness. But maybe, as hard as it is, just to look in your eyes and know that he loves you. I try to, Merlin sort of turned into me, but I, take a little handkerchief and give it to him if he'd like to dry his eyes and encourage them both to finally make that first eye contact that they haven't had in many years.
Merlin. He has his glasses off. He's just a fucking mess. And he looks at her. And he finally looks her in the eyes. And he holds it. As he reaches into his robes and pulls out a box. Jewelry box that we've seen before. He pulls it out, and you see him write letters in it. He hands it to her, and he goes, "These are for letters for you. And Thomas and Brian. The box was also your mother's. Do with them what you may." And he just sort of walks away.
She meets his gaze, and when he hands her the box, she looks down at it. I know you said he turns to walk away, but maybe Chalice sees like the processing look on her expression as Merlin like hands it over, starts to leave. Then there's a "Before you go, wait just there a moment." Does Merlin show any sign of stopping?
He stops. He very slowly, head hung, turns around.
With a very subdued motion of her hand, she uses magic to pull some soil into a small potter, and reaches into some of her pockets, opens a bag, and tucks a few seeds into the soil. Approaches Merlin and places the potter in his hands. I've used magic here to help me, and I think I've done good work. But it still takes a lot of care to get something to grow. These seeds are sensitive, but should the plant itself blossom, I think it will show both of us that you've come a long way. And perhaps by the time the flower shows, I'll have had the fortitude to read through these.
Merlin takes the pot and he holds it close. He says, "Thank you." "I love you, Miriam. I'll try my best."
I think she would say in response, it's hard to it's hard to figure out even what to say about how I feel. But know that I, at least, despite everything, I still miss you. I miss what we had before everything. I don't think we can have that again, but maybe something else.
Yeah. He reaches up a hand towards her, but then he just thinks different and puts it back. He goes, "Chalice, let's get out of here."
Yes. I let Merlin turn around first
Mhm.
before handing her a piece of paper saying that if you know, I don't know if you'll have the strength to come
Also,
visit
just
again.
please vote for Vern.
Yeah, please vote for
She can feel you do what you want. She's
I-
looking for some people in the horticulture division.
It's like through tears. Please.
I know your brother. He was in the carpentry. Maybe he can help with the infrastructure.
But
Oh no, I'm turning into the other guy. God damn it.
I handed her a piece of paper and said, I don't know, it took a lot of strength for him to meet you where you are right now. If you find the strength, we're going to be around in this location.
Mhm.
Keep it in mind, please. And then I move with Merlin.
Yeah, she'll take it. I think you'll see her tuck it into the box as well with all the letters. And scene.
Oh,
Wow, I crush
God.
over.
beautiful. Beautiful.
What?
Wonder
No.
if she looks at the address and is like, wait a minute. Isn't that where all the unrest is happening?
Oh, no.
I've
Cal,
turned
what
a
have you
new leaf.
done?
I promise. Come to War Central.
Is this blood on the?
Oh my god.
Is blood on the pamphlet?
You'll find Merlin
Chalice, I
in
told you not to eat that's those fries and ketchup.
Sorry.
You'll find Merlin
It's the
in
local
the freshly
specialty.
conquered government building in War Room C. And
Yeah.
He's the one who's the Ottoman for our king.
Mhm.
Whew, okay.
That was
Uh,
intense.
All right, I'm gonna restart stream because I need to do something. I have feelings about my characters.
Yay.
And I also feelings about this.
We all have feelings.
Oh.
Art Reaper.
Yeah, let's
Well-
get those tears out of here. Blow them away.
Mhm.
But now I'm tearing up from fart.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're getting pink eye.
No.
All right. Now we've got a decent bit of time in our next session. I don't know if we'll be able to do the next sortie, but I want to try to get up to ideally the engagement roll if we can. But we do still have more money we can spend. So if people want to spend their money,
Yes. I have a
Got the hat,
question
man, Josh.
actually.
okay, what's that
About-
question?
Muster a levy. Is that something where it's like putting together a force to be used at a specific point in time? Or is it just trying to get together a force to be used in general?
Mm-hmm. So muster a levy is basically getting together a force for a single sortie, right?
Okay.
If you then try to muster the same levy for subsequent sorties, you get an extra die on it, so it's easier to do and they're better quality on subsequent ones.
Mhm.
Or you can do what Chalice is doing, which is doing long-term projects to try to get an additional levy. Same thing, it's very similar to assets in that way. The only thing with levy is you need, if you're using the long-term project to try to get a permanent one, you kind of need a justification for how this is possible, like more so, right? But it's
Okay.
theoretically doable to do it with a project if you want it for the long term.
Okay. I don't have a specific one in mind, but I do think that it is something that Chantrell would like to do if it becomes necessary. And now that we have money, that it could be an option, but I'm not 100% sure because the thing with Muster Levy is it's in preparation for the next sortie, but we don't know what the next sortie is, right?
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fair. We can talk about the next story and sort of come back to downtime stuff if we think of something useful, if that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it
'Cause-
depends on the approach. And just to
And that'll-
expedite things
yeah.
a little bit, you know that the the murders, the deaths that happened in the mall were the rumor that Shion picked up on that sound like either a starving or fresh vampire could have caused them, right?
Mhm.
So the mall is itself a giant pit. People do not live in the giant pit. That is
No.
not conducive to life.
As far as we know.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. As far as you know, people don't live in the giant pit. The deaths did not happen in the giant pit, though the dead in this region do tend to be thrown into the giant pit after death, with a local belief cult that doing so interacts with the chaos and the dimensional instability in some way to provide safety to the local people, right?
That reminds me, we've been killing a lot of people, but not doing a lot of rights preserved.
The biggest thing with rights preserving is you only really need to worry about that if it's a large... You usually only need to worry about it if it's a large-scale battle, or if you're, like, on the move. So, like, for the airship, the bodies were right there. It's not really a concern.
Well, they didn't die. It's fine.
I'm still questioning that. I still question that one.
There was...
Their parachutes went off when they went over the edge.
Yeah. Our sortie in the desert with Leo Pridos.
Yeah, Leporidos.
That one.
Well, you'd have to do that.
Yeah, that one, because it was so large scale and, like, you know, there might be bodies elsewhere and all that. But yeah, it's really the larger scale where you're running into that as an issue. Or ironically, I suppose, in the opposite, where your hamlet is small, or where, like, someone doesn't get visited frequently and they pass and people don't realize they're dead. Like, that's where you run into problems. And that's the sort of place where the mall, in loose quotes, is. There's a collection of essentially hamlets around the mall, and in the sand.
That's what I'm gonna call my kids.
Yeah, but, like, there's a collection of what's essentially hamlets. Maybe there's a medium-sized town, right? Like, at most, the largest settlement probably has a couple hundred people, with the smaller ones being like a few dozen, right? The mall is filled with mostly subsistence living, right? People just living off the land, like whatever small amount of crops or farmland they can have going here towards the border of the territory. And recently, let me bring up my notes here. Like, this will just be stuff, I'll sort of give you some pre-gather information just to, like, you know, expedite
Figure
things.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But recently, the local elder, I suppose, like, not really a mayor, no real formal power, a primal man by the name of Akul, he has recently passed a couple months ago, so, like, you know, recent history, but not like before the murders, or not murders or deaths happened, right? But like a decent ways back. And he was the one who was sort of visiting all these little hamlets and things, and while rumors say that he was a, you know, mall cultist, he was very reserved about such things, right? There was no, like, overt ritualism of it or anything like that. Like, it was more just bodies just happened to disappear into the mall. That's just what goes on. And this
I saw him at the Devil's Sacrament.
And what were you doing at the Devil's Sacrament?
Shion be like, more weight.
But yeah, so he has within the past few months has perished, and now within the communities there's a lot more tension as people who have different views about how the mall should be treated come into conflict. Strange deaths, some in the area believe they're a part of that, like one group blaming the other group, and back and forth and back and forth. So, like, just straight up, if you guys just want to militarily go in there and occupy these small villages, that is not a difficult thing to do. You have 2 levies, you can dedicate one to just move in. But if you're looking for a more long-term solution that doesn't involve spreading your military thin, then you probably want to figure out someone you can trust to be in control that they'll also accept, whether that's one of the people vying for control there already, or whether that's someone outside you think you can bring in. Or if you have other ideas, there's that. Or I guess the other thing is, or you could just decide to leave them independent and bypass all of this conflict and go straight into just investigating the actual, deaths. But
Yeah,
that
I
conflict
couldn't
may
care less
happen
about the
around you.
politics. Like, I think
Yeah,
that
I
this
was
might
assuming-
benefit Vern to try to,
Mhm.
get those people on our side.
We
But
could get some more
Shion just
information
wants
from
that
him that way.
vampire dead.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
actually, it's not even about this vampire being dead necessarily, because what Shion actually wants out of them is going to be a lead to possibly their sire, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Head vampire, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Shion's just going to kill him because
Mhm.
And then what?
And we're gonna
Kill
stab.
them anyway.
Yeah, so if your plan is to instead just go and investigate, the only issue you have there is that the trail is old at this point, right? So you'll have to likely, even if you don't try to get involved with these politics, you will likely have to navigate them as you perform your investigation, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you're probably going to
I
need to
was
talk to
assuming
people.
we'd go in and live amongst the people for maybe a week while Shion gathers as much information, and then we can all go out on a hunting party. But that's a little bit not this system.
Let me take a
So
look.
I don't know.
I have a thought.
Yeah.
One of
Go on.
the levies in muster a levy is scouts.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
So if we spend a coin on mustering a levy for that, then that would be a helpful group to spread out and get more information quicker.
Look for clues, gang.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, that's fair. That's
I
reasonable.
do like that.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Even though technically we're still in the planning phase, I want to
Mhm.
move us to the scene just as we talk about all of
Ooh.
this. So let's over to
Oh,
the
no.
mall.
Ooh!
Nice.
This is so cool.
Is that a dumpster?
No,
Where?
it's a shack.
No, it's a dumpster. I live in one. I know what a dumpster is.
don't say those words about the sacred place where they do the rituals.
Where they dump bodies in,
Where
like
they
a
throw bodies
dumpster.
into this giant.
Yeah, the giant hole, right?
Yeah.
The mall.
Respect the hole.
This looks great, though, Mordio. Good job.
Respect
This was
their
not-
holes.
This was not made by
Oh.
me. This was made by Nova.
I made this.
Good job, Nova.
No, but this looks awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
Mordio actually planned it out, so a lot of his the background, the layout is all him.
Teamwork!
Yay.
Yeah, but yeah, I just figure we have.
Was the
this part,
dumpster
so-
also Mordio's layout?
No, it's my dumpster idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you guys want to muster a levy of scouts, perhaps this is, talking in Zujaj Najma for perhaps some arcanists or artisans who grew up in this area who know people.
Yeah, some of
who'd
the
be willing
boys,
to,
yeah.
Mhm.
Get some mages together, get some family of people together. I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I just have to say it's abysmal that we didn't see Cookie at all in my adventure.
You know what? Well, technically,
Cookie.
Cookie was on screen, but was being shielded by Diatreta, and then there was a diplomacy, and we didn't really talk about it.
We should have talked to
She should have
her.
been in the talks.
You're right.
We had valuable information to give.
Ugh,
All right.
poor
Oh,
Cookie.
if you would like to roll that muster a levy roll,
Yes. I am figuring out how.
I think it's just acquire. It uses the same as acquire asset, I think, which is
Okay.
confusing, and I should have added a separate one again. But that's just how it goes, I guess. So put
I will click a coin down and roll the dice. Dang!
Did you set
Frickin'.
Did you set your crew tier to 2? I don't think you set the crew tier to.
No.
No.
Okay.
Try again. Try again.
Before we roll this,
Yeah.
Undo!
is this something that can involve
I
that someone can
accidentally
help
deleted
with,
one
that
of
I
my
can
abilities.
get
Hold on.
that I can add stress to the roll?
I don't believe so. Let me double check. I don't know if you can add stress to the special rolls. I know you can do it to.
I think Shion would have a good eye for scouts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
Let
If
me
not,
double-
yeah, you could just be involved in by being the head scout.
You gut check all the scouts.
I don't see anything one way or the other on my first glance, so I'll err on the side of yes, you can.
So what does that do?
So
It'll add 1 modifier up top, right?
yep, add +1 die at the top. Make sure crew tier for acquire asset is at 2. Shion, you're assisting by using your
Yeah, I'm assisting, and I should probably talk about this
Yeah.
because this is something Shion would normally do by herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they probably feel very uncomfortable that suddenly there's a whole team.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
they probably insist on leading the team at least. So
Mm,
that's how
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
helping.
Yeah.
makes sense.
Chantrell is all about this socialization.
Yay.
Woo!
All right. Asset of tier
That's
tier
more
2
like it.
scouts. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You may also spend 2 coin to make them a tier 3, but that's up to you if you want to do that. Tier 2 is already pretty. That's like
I
on
think
par
we're
with
good.
your current.
Two is probably
nation.
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So you're not going deep behind enemy lines here.
Nah.
All right, so here's how this will work. You have this temporary scout levy. They will be able to assist you here in the initial gathering information, as well as in the actual sortie itself. You'll have them around to use as you see fit. And be clear, even though they are scouts, they are capable of skirmishing, right?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
they can fight. So keep that in mind.
Excellent.
With that, I think you're able to cover a lot of ground, and you're probably able to get some information from, or maybe even some of the scouts themselves who remember, like you remember this happening, right? Like if you're recruiting from the general area, even if they never saw the actual incident, they knew someone who did or were relatively close to it. And the short version of it is that there are basically 2 factions who both blame each other for causing it. One faction which is essentially trying to posture itself as the spiritual successor, and one faction which is the grandchild and is claiming to be the literal successor. The spiritual successor is following in the same sort of like, guys, be subtle about things, right? Like we're not trying to turn this into a whole worship the hole in the ground thing. It's just do the respectful thing. This is a giant natural phenomenon. Let's pay it some respect. And the other ones are like, this is an elemental primordial being born, and if we show it reverence, it will give us favor, right? Both of them blame the other group for being the ones to cause the deaths, but critically, there's no concrete evidence. However, I do think I want to gather information roll from probably Shion, being the one to lead this team.
How does that work?
It just means you can just roll a skill of your choosing that you think is applicable here to give you a little
I
bit
believe
more.
that would be a hunt.
Yeah, sounds good. And you will also take +2d from the tier of your scouts that are working with you. So make sure you have that, the modifier.
Position. What position in fact here?
The position here, I will say this is... I am going to say this is risky for reasons that I don't think are entirely clear yet. But I think the effect is great because if you can succeed, you'll get some good information out of it.
Woo!
All right.
Nice.
Success. You do it. What the critical thing is, so it's like, all right, so Shion, you're like, I don't care about the politics. I want to know what actually happened. Who was killed where, what was done with their bodies, and who disposed of those bodies, right? And it's in following these patterns of like where the deaths were, that you're able to track down where you think you're like, all right, you're trying to get in the head, right? Like, all right, if it's a starving vampire, one who doesn't know what they're doing, they're probably not skillfully hunting. They're probably pursuing. And so once you've plot them on a map, once you've visited the location, seen how like the traversal is between them, you essentially narrow it down to two different directions. So it's either came from this way or came from that way. And with these scouting groups to assist you, you're able to quickly, before the people of all the hamlets really process like the scale at which this search is happening, you're able to identify a hidden passage near the mall itself. Now, you don't know whom it belongs to or what's on the other side, but essentially somewhere in like one of these clusters of trees, right? There's some trees, some stone, and hidden away an entryway that starts small but very rapidly grows in size. One that also like sand is blowing into it, and at times almost seems like it could fill it, like hiding the entrance completely. So you have this location that you can delve into. And I think that's where we're going to want our engagement roll to actually start this pursuit to go into this cavern. But because it is 41, I think it might be good to start the next session with bypassing figuring out who's involved above, but instead going straight to the source and if someone above's involved and who it is, perhaps you'll figure it out when you cut to the heart of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound fair?
One
Works
way
for
to
me.
deal with it is, find the bodies.
Yeah. I mean, the bodies are probably...
Well,
long
yeah,
gone at
not
this
literal
point.
ones, because those are gone.
Yeah, but... All right, so
Tabletop.
next time we will start with the engagement roll. Is there anything y'all want to discuss amongst each other in character before we close? We certainly can end a little early because we've ended late before, but just give the quick offer before I
don't think so. I think I'd like to spend some coin to do something back home. Maybe shore up Tawam not having like any revenue or whatever.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe just spend some coin doing that with a long-term project, I think.
Okay.
I wanted to say that earlier, but we were on such a roll, I didn't want to interrupt.
True.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So let me take a look at what we got here. What is the goal with this long-term revenue? Like,
Well, I'm trying to figure out the best way to figure out what. Hold on. Okay, so Tawam lost a lot of their value and stuff in terms of Magitech that the dude took away. And other stuff. I wanted to long-term projects to fix that would probably be like, oh, we just found like a whole bunch of mages that are now in our in accordance with us. Can I send them over to Tawam to try and like figure out more Magitech stuff? But they are psionic, so whatever. Anyway.
right. Well,
Thinking big
the Chalice's
thoughts about that.
family and like the area they oversee, they have some arcanists.
Yeah.
That could certainly work. Yeah, I think make a long-term project for what do we want to call? I'll make a long-term project. What do we want to call this?
Okay.
Restoring what was taken, right? Like.
Yeah.
All right, let me,
Restoration project.
Yeah, Tawam restoration.
Restoration.
I think to get things back to replenish what House Vutis took is probably only a 4-segment clock, because while they did take a lot, they took it as they were fleeing and without advanced preparation, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's a reasonable.
I want the ultimate goal of this is like, if anybody turns on my home city, I want them to not be totally defenseless.
Right.
That's the real secret reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like Chalice's long-term project contributes.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, Vern, what skill are you using for this long-term project?
I think that would be... Would you take a survey on that?
Sure. Take a survey.
I would like
I think
do
that's
that.
reasonable.
There we go. All right. Is that risky standard?
I think you're in control.
Is it still an action?
Yeah, it's still like a regular skill roll to do a
Okay.
project.
Controlled standard.
Yeah, controlled standard.
And then do I get +1 for Chalice's one aiding mine, or is it just two separate
No,
things?
I'm gonna treat it as two separate things, but also that
Okay.
that's gonna mean that the benefits are two separate things as well.
Got
But
it.
they are
Okay.
related, but I think distinct. Hey,
Nice.
all right, so a success means you get 3 ticks towards it. So this initial, hold on, did I make this visible to everyone in the long-term projects? Yes, I did. All right. Bomb Restoration Project gets 3 right away, as I think this, like, everyone is new to this alliance, but they're coming into it with vigor and fresh eyes, and so people are eager to do something. And under your
Yeah,
leadership, we see a rapid reallocation of the raw materials needed, exchanges of ideas. Kawam is well on its way towards having a collection of new Magitech skiffs, and among them, or rather, and with more of an updated aesthetic, right? Whereas a lot of the old ones were hodgepodged, like jury-rigged stuff thrown together from old parts. These ones are going to be a lot of the like reinforced glass that Diatreta's airship had, right?
Cool.
They have more style, right? Yeah. All right, it is done.
Perfect,
And I've
how
taken
exciting.
the coin. I think we're good there.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to spend a coin?
How long have we been at this since the beginning of the campaign?
Good question. It has been. Let me open up the calendar. You all see the calendar when the game boots up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. It's been about.
It's been.
I haven't figured out when we're going into the mall yet, but we'll say it's been about 55 days or so.
Okay.
This takeover shit is easy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, because one of the contacts that Chantrell has is a scout that checks in, quote unquote, regularly. I'm not sure what that means, or how regularly that is. Like, is it every 5 to 6 months?
Mhm.
Is it more frequently, and Chantrell has just been moving too much to pin down?
Right. Mhm. Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe for that one, I mean, is there something specific you're looking to get out of that contact? Because if there's nothing specific, I can note down that maybe it's time for something, and we can both think on it between this time and next time. But if you have something,
Yeah, I
specific-
don't have anything in particular. I just remembered that that's a thing that is supposed to happen.
Got it. Yeah, sounds fair. We will keep that in mind. Because you're right. I think, hey, but your last update being like, I met these cool people. It's so interesting. Like, here's all the things I'm learning. And then your next update being, we have conquered half the country. Is
Right?
Hounds of War call.
Well, I'm now counsel to the new king.
Yay!
No, you don't understand. This is great because we're gonna have an inn.
Mhm, mhm. All right, I'm
successfully
actually,
spread my spores to all the leaders. They don't even know I'm here.
God.
I do have some thoughts actually on this one, but I think this is more of a next session thing, or
Yeah.
either next session, either before or maybe after the sortie, depending on. But I'll take the week to let those marinate a bit, and we can continue that in the near future.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else pressing, I invite you all to consider over the next week if there's anything else you want to spend coin on to downtime action before this sortie. Otherwise, next time we will begin with the engagement roll.
Oof.
Like, what's it like having money? I don't know what to do with it.
Right?
The
Yeah,
other
I
fun
wanna
thing is you can
engage.
also
It's almost like the more money we have, the more problems we have. I don't know why that's correlated.
you can also give it to NPCs to buy, I don't want to say buy their
Treat
loyalty,
yourself.
but buy their cooperation for at least a short term,
I should give some to the boys.
It's up to the boys. All right, I guess that's it for us this week. Next time, we will pursue, or we'll learn something about some vampire designs. Or at least we hope we will, and we hope we do not die horribly.
Yeah.
Yippee! I mean, let's not do that.
Yeah, like could you imagine, like Vern
Yes.
and the retinue, like you've been so successful. Well, start off on a rocky start, rapidly becoming
Okay.
successful diplomatically, and then just party wipe to vampires.
No.
Funny.
Oh, you wanted a vampire kingdom? Well, now you've got it. Sorry, Shion.
Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like how Diatreta would react if like the party wiped to vampires, and she's like, "I just did this flip, and now they're all dead to vampires. Great."
Keep knocking at my window, being
Wow, I'm so
"Diatreta."
sorry that that's the worst thing that happened and not that your family died.
Chalice gets turned, and now he's double immortal for some reason. It's just
Yeah.
elvish vampires are the worst. They already live forever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Barely a
Alright.
change to them.
Does that mean if Vern becomes a vampire, they can't go back to the cloister?
I'll be so sad.
That would be sad.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
The
how does
character
the
design that I
board feel about-
stole from myself for Vern is a vampire in my OC lore.
No.
Listen, if any of you turn into a vampire, I'm gonna
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
gonna have to
it's
kill
on
you.
Fair.
us. And like,
That's
Promise.
Promise.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
feel
it's
like
on us,
Chantrell can
really, at that
turn.
point.
I don't even know what kind of blood she has, if she has blood.
oh,
I'm
you become one of
assuming.
those like boily, those like oozy red ones. Ugh.
Oh,
yucky.
Yeah, I wonder if Chantrell could turn to a classical vampire, though I imagine there are some underground creatures which provide a similar effect, if not,
oh yeah.
But
I'm sure.
perhaps regular vampires, you enjoy an immunity from them.
Oh, is it like vampires where if you get blood, you become hot? And young? You have to draw hot young Merlin.
Forever young.
Everyone,
just gonna
all
be
your
Alex
vampire
Winters in
sonas
Lost Boys.
for next week. No, I'm kidding.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. All right. To close out, Katie, got anything you want to plug?
No.
What about you, Nova?
What a modest leader.
I'm playing Tangle Tower tomorrow. It'll be
Ooh.
fun.
Yay.
Yeah, it will. What about you, Amasha?
Vote for Vern.
Vote for
Yeah. Vote for Vern.
I have
Vote
nothing
for Vern
tomorrow.
is a vote for Vern.
Vern. It's
Mhm.
true. Hambone, anything from you?
Just, if you don't know, I got a new job. So streams, not that I was ever really consistent with them, but honestly, I think I'm going to be more consistent with streams from now on because I have more of a schedule. So
Schedules are amazing.
I can know what's going to happen in my day. I can plan around it. So, just keep following me in case I go live. And maybe, check out my BGen because followers do help.
Mm-hmm. All
Nothing.
right, and Lena, anything from you?
Yeah, next week is my birthday, so I'm gonna
right.
have some kind of birthday stream
Woohoo!
at some
Hey.
point
Ooh,
in the
With
week.
all your
so-
amazing characters, someone could possibly draw something for you. Oh, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's up to you. That's nothing to do with the stream. I'm gonna be the one drawing on the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exciting. Looking forward to it. All right, I'll move us over to closing, but thank you so much everyone for playing, and thank you everyone for listening. We hope you've enjoyed your time here at the Liminal Branch Library, and we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye and good night, and hang in there because I'll probably find us a raid target, but give me 30 seconds to a minute to find one.
Good night and good luck.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right, we're gonna head over to CB Doodles, who's continuing a fundathon that I think we raided into before, and looks like drawing tarot cards. So say hello if you can. We appreciate it. Goodbye and good night again.